that you probably know the person, you may have even been the person who turned their nose up at off-camera flash because you prefer natural light. And I admit, I also love natural light, but sometimes we just don't have natural light. When I first started using off-camera flash, I had a baby and a toddler and 2 other young children. And the time that I got to shoot during the day was usually at night when they were in bed. So that's when I really jumped into Flash because it let me create whenever I wanted to. I didn't have to wait for the sun to be out and perfectly coming through the window. You may want to shoot, but you might not have the light available. So that's when you go ahead and you pull out the flash to get the shots that you need. So what I'm going to do today is grab some natural light shots. And then using that same setup, I'm going to move over and try to recreate that look of natural light with my flash. And we'll see if we can make natural light out of a flash, because you know what? I think we can. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I want this flower to lay flat, so I'm going to set it right there. All right. And that's really bright. So I'm going to add the scrim because you can see that the sun is coming out and it's making it much brighter. I want a harsher shadow with this, believe it or not. So what I'm going to do is decrease my shutter speed, taking it down to 1/13. And then I'm going to move this because I actually want more shadows. I like shadows. And now, just because I want more shadows, I'm going to tilt this up. I need it to be at an angle, so just put these underneath that it's canted. Okay, here we go. I like that. So there's 1/13 f8. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull this quite a bit more light. So I'm going to adjust my shutter speed to 1/25. And now I am going to add my scrim and take my shutter back to 1/10. Okay, and I'm all done with the natural light, and now I'm going to try to recreate this with my flash. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to try to recreate the look of natural light with flash. I am going to simply use a white sheet. This is just a normal sheet that I pulled out of our linen closet, and I am going to stretch it across as if it's a large window and see what kind of light I can get. All right, let me go ahead and start with the sheet first, and I'm going to set it up. So I am taking it straight across. So I have my sheet stretched across. I'm going to weigh it down with a beach towel because that's what I happen to have right here. I tried to stretch it out in order to mimic the size of the sliding glass doors, and I'm going to go ahead and see what happens. Raising the lights. Now I'm going to use my scrim. I'm going to put it on a 10-second timer so that I can hit the scrim over it. Now I am going to try to block some of this light. Over here I have the ceiling that's going to be blocking off the light and the doorway, and there's even an overhang outside. So here I have the light coming and bouncing up on the ceiling, so I really want it to stop that. And I know this is white, but we'll see. I might switch it out to the black in a second. So now I'm going to go ahead and move the flower sideways and be shooting from right here like I did over in the window. And now I've turned my flower to be parallel to the window, although this time the window is on the left instead of the right side. So I'm going to go ahead and take a shot. I'm not really buying that as natural light. I'm going to bring this in to block some of that light. I think that's a little better. And now I'm just going to go ahead and experiment and try some different things. One of my favorite things about off-camera flash is just the ability to experiment and try different things. Like, you guys, really, the sky is the limit. Go ahead and bring in things to flag off light. That means to block it. Bring in something to reflect light back onto your subject. Try all sorts of stuff and see what look you love. I am looking forward to seeing what you guys do when you try to mimic natural light with your flash.